And moving on to worksheet navigation, after we just talked about the workbook navigation, it sounds similar, but it's different. So before we're talking about more of moving through the menus, now the worksheet navigation is more of moving through the grid. So we're going to talk about the basic movement around Excel and how to get around the spreadsheet really fast. So here's some of the keys to learn in this lesson. Getting to the next cell, the previous cell with shift+tab. A lot of people know they can just tab to cells, but going back, all they have to do is press shift+tab. So it's a good one to remember. Moving to the last cell in the row or column. Control, that's how you hop around really fast. And then you can move to the very beginning of a worksheet or the last cell. This Ctrl+End is pretty awesome because you can just find the end of data without scrolling all the way down. A lot of people scroll all the way down manually or use the wheel. It takes a lot longer than just hitting this hotkey right here. So remember this, and we're going to practice it in a second. So it's time to master the movement within the Excel worksheet. So a lot of you know you can hit the arrow keys to go up, down, left, right. You also know that you can type in data, press the enter button to go down. You can also press the tab button to go right to make your next entry. However, let's build upon that a little bit. So let's say you just entered this test and you want to go down to the next cell and then you write test 2. Well, what happens if you decide that wasn't supposed to be test 1 right above. You want to edit that. You would press shift enter to go back up a cell and then you could type over that. So really, your up, down, left, right is for if you're not entered into the cell, but once you enter into a cell, that changes a little bit because you have to enter it if you press the arrow keys, you're just going to move around within here, or if you I just press up and I'm stuck in there. So you have to use the enter button and the tab button to enter and move to the next cell. But you can control your movement, and that's more important when you're doing a lot of data entry. So definitely practice that a little bit because that's going to help you out. So remember, enter is enter and down, tab button is enter and then right. And then shift just reverses the exact thing you just did. So if tab was moving to the left, shift tab would move back. If enter moves down to the next cell, shift enter moves back up. So it's actually really useful when you're moving around entering a bunch of data. So that is the basic movement. And then here's another one that's really important. So you got your basic up, down, left, right. If you add the control button in there, what'll happen is you'll move all the way to a selection of data. Or if you're at the end of a data set, you press Control Enter, it'll move to the next one. It'll skip over the spaces. And I'll show you later, but you can use that to highlight whatever you want by pressing Control Shift and the arrow keys. And that's the start of a lot of really good things in Excel. So practice that a little bit, and you're going to be a pro pretty soon.